Hey everyone, Tony D here without Little Joan. Little Joan's asleep in the other room on her favorite couch. So I'm here to do a screenwriter's rant about Shirley, and this is a period piece about a writer, and it looks to take place I'm going to say somewhere in the 40s maybe. Kind of hard to tell. 40s, 50s era. And I had a video a day or two ago about unlikable characters, and also another one about big characters with big personalities. And Shirley seems to be both of those things. She's kind of unlikable, and she's also a very big personality, and that's typical with a movie that centers around a writer. Um, Partly because a writer wrote it, and like me, I'm sure you want to like kind of make writers larger than life, and because a lot of writers are larger than life. They tend to go their own ways. They tend to be weirdos like me, and they tend to forge their own paths. True artists always sort of do. And you can see weird things happening in the trailer. So I'm going to skip ahead. Um, but I'm not sure if it's a specific Shirley, like a famous one. Doesn't really say. Executive producer Martin Scorsese. So that's something. Oh, it is based on a book written by Susan Scarf Morell, and screenplay by Sarah Gubbins, and directed by Josephine Decker. Okay, ladies, here is a movie, and it looks like a real movie. Doesn't look like it's pandering, like so many recent releases have. Looks like this is just a female-centric movie. It's just a movie. It's just a movie, and it just happens to have a bunch of female characters as the leads. So, congrats. It looks good. It looks well made, I should say. It's kind of tough to pick out the story. If I had to guess, it seems to be a sort of an older woman becomes kind of infatuated by a younger woman. Maybe there's some romantic entanglings. Didn't quite make that clear in the trailer. It may just be she's using her to write her prose, and then we'll sort of toss her away. Maybe there is no romance between them, but I kind of sensed that maybe there was, but that wasn't 100% clear in the trailer. But it did look interesting. It looks like it's a bit heady, a bit cerebral. So I always like that. It seems to have a lot of good detail in it. That's the problem with some movies. They don't have good detail. They just kind of there. They're kind of more about the plot than they are about the characters. This one looks like very character heavy, very character heavy, and a movie like this would be. You'd have to have a very interesting, compelling character driving the narrative forward, and hopefully there'd be a transformation, and we'd see it. And so yeah, I would see this movie. Definitely check it out on Netflix type service. I might go to an art house movie to see it. That's the kind of place it would run if if I heard a couple of good things about it. I wouldn't just go based on the trailer. I would need to see at least a couple good reviews. It said, oh, it's pretty decent from sources that weren't not like Rotten Tomatoes, like other review sites. So Shirley, um, 3 act breakdown. If I had to guess, it's probably like Shirley's a big writer, and then she meets this young girl, who maybe is on vacation. I get the sense from the trailer, and then they kind of become friends, and maybe more, or maybe Shirley's using her to write her prose, or maybe they're having a relationship, or both, kind of on the side at a time when that's verboten, and then probably the younger girl kind of senses what's going on and feels like she's being used, and then things kind of fall apart, and then they end up going their separate ways, and Shirley becomes mildly embittered by it, but the girl becomes, she's probably the main character. She's probably the focus. She's the one that has the transformation, and Shirley kind of is trapped in her ways. That would be my guess. I didn't really get that from the trailer, but it was a little light in terms of what the story's about. So anyhow, Shirley, that's my reaction. That's the trailer. Check it out.